say, Rishi, there are many of us out there. You don't want to badmouth them or anything like that. But what is it that you offer that they may not get with other people in the same industry?
Yeah, Rishi, I feel see there is definitely competition out there,
Yeah.
and there are many people who keep coming in. In fact, I feel very good that more and more book publishers are coming up also. But I have noticed one thing. Scale is a challenge because the moment you get into the number game, you know your interaction with your customer drastically comes down. It becomes like a factory. And
Mm.
all said and done, Rishi, trust me, book creation is an art. It's creativity. It is not a manufacturing process. Printing is a manufacturing process, which we know. And there are SOPs and quality and paper and this and that. Obviously, that has to be there. But to create a book, wow. I mean, I would say, let's put it this way, that when a lady is pregnant, she would need 9 months, isn't it? Can we tell her that nahi yaar mere ko 4 mahine mein chahiye? How is it possible? Tell. So
Right.
I think you have to give that due respect to the time which is needed for the baby to see the light. I think all this is important. So
Right.
how do we add value is number one is personalized service. I will be personally in touch with a lot of people for whom they are availing our services for. There would be, yes.
Even if you scale.
No, I'm saying I'm very consciously aware about the fact that we will not scale to the extent of doing a lot of numbers.
Right.
We have a team. So operation is taken care, right? The marketing is taken care. So there is a team. But when it comes to evaluation of the manuscript, sometimes which we get. So just to add on, there are three type of customers we get, Rishi. One who says, "Maine likha hai, I have written the book. Please publish it." Doable, and it is a process oriented thing in which not great value I would put in, right? Because he's already written it, right? The second is, I started writing, Rajneesh. I've written about 30-40 pages. Oh God, I've hit a writer's block now. Isko 200 page ka book kaise banate? How do I take it up to a level of a good content, thick book, reasonably 200, 250 pages book? So there we coach them and expand their entire content without losing their core topic. And the third one is the one who says that, "Hey, Rajnish, I don't want to write. I can't write. So please help me to ghost write as well as publish and create." These all things, you need personalized touch, Rishi,
Right.
which I'm very sorry to say, but that's something which is lacking out in the market. I have seen a lot of people switching over to us only because they see that kind of interaction with us. So I think that says it all.
So because of this small team, you personalize, you get involved. What is the kind of number of books that you think you can maximum handle in a year? Like, इससे ज़्यादा मैं नहीं कर पाएगा. If I want to give this level of unique quality support service to my customer.
Yeah, I think the sweet spot could be somewhere around 50 to 75 books.
That's it. It caps at that. Uske beyond, so then you'll have to become a different company.
Correct. I know. And then, of course, we have a panel of writers also besides me. And I'm being very selective, Rishi. That I will not enroll just for the sake of saying someone says that I can write. No. So I will evaluate you. I will assess you. I will want to know what kind of genre you can write. Let me see your language. Let me see, most importantly, how do you interact with a customer. So all these things are very crucial because that's where exactly the quality comes in.
Right.
Otherwise, तो हम छोटे के बड़े हुए लिखने के लिए ना, तो मतलब we all can write. It's not so simple, but to write.
How to write and capture the attention of the person so that they go through the whole book. I mean, it's an art.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I got one more question to check with you.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about some client success stories, like anything recent or even past that the person felt that after hiring your service, unka, wow, it's such a great experience. Any kuch story, if you can mention name, it's fine. If they want to mention confidentiality, then of course, then don't share the name. But I mean, they've got their book out, right? So it should not be. I don't think they should be worried about you sharing their journey. But I leave it to you. You decide.
No, I'm very happy to mention their names. Absolutely nothing wrong, because We have their testimonials also on our YouTube channel, so one can always cross check. So one gentleman was Shantilal Patel.
Okay.
He's written a book on Sanatan journey, basically on the religion. That.
Acha, acha.
Now he's written it. He's written the book, and he said, Rajneesh, I've been inquiring. We are a part of a community of business owners. So he said, मैंने जिससे भी बात किया that I want to publish my book. I think almost 3 to 4 people have recommended your name, Rajneesh.
Acha, acha.
So I said, Shanti bhai, thank you so much. I'm very blessed that ऐसा कुछ हुआ है. No, Rajneesh, let's start यार. आप मेरा ये book करो. So we published his book, and how we published it, what kind of support he got. I think that testimonial says it all. So that you can always have a look.
Yeah.
But the story doesn't. Sorry.
You can share that link with me. I'll probably put it in the description of this video
Yes.
when it's online. Yeah.
Sure. I will. Thank you so much, Rishi. So the story didn't stop there. And one fine day, Shanti Bhai calls me, and says, Rajneesh, your second service, about you writing on my behalf, because I have some 2, 3 ideas. So let's start a second book next month. I think this is where it beautifully ended. He said that Rajneesh, come September now, which is we're going to start very soon, and he has a couple of topics. This is how it is going to take off from there. And this is a book on entrepreneurship. So we are going to write that book for him.
Ratan se leke enterprise.
Yeah, so that's the one. And another story which comes to my mind is I wouldn't name him for the sake of confidentiality. Yeah, but I met him just about twice, and then we had a Zoom session. I explained him about how we do it, and he said, Rajneesh, I've been thinking about writing a book, but I don't know kaise hoga ye? How would this ever happen? Now till I met you, so let's start. And he's an international business coach, and we are on our way, Rishi. Many more stories. There is a gentleman from Ahmedabad, again a business owner of a very large organization. We got connected on LinkedIn, and one fine day I hear from him saying that, Rajneesh, let's Zoom, and I want to understand everything, and let's get going. So we have completed his first book. Very soon it will be published. Again, I will not name him for the sake of confidentiality. Let him announce when the book is done. Okay. And we are going to start on the second book also with him. So I think the quality matters, Rishi, more than anything else.
Right. Nice. I'm just thinking, I'm not much of a book reader myself, but if there is a book that interests me, then I go ahead and read it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
With a certain amount of time. I'm a slow reader. So, but it's been on my mind too. And I just wanted to share with you at this point that I have a life coach, and she guides me, and I've been having amazing 1.5 years journey with her. And just in my session with her yesterday, I did a coaching session yesterday, and she says one of the things, Rishi, that is becoming more and more apparent, where you will be probably doing something different, and that is your how you will give back to society, which is fundamentally around the area of how to run a company and be laid back without being like, oh, everywhere is like go, drive. Yeah. But how to make lots of money in a company, but you don't have to slog your ass off. So this is your strength, which you will then, once you succeed, you will be able to talk about it and help other people with it. So maybe when in the next few years, when I take my idea and make it so, and I'm coming back to you to say, okay, now I think it's the book that needs to be written. So I'll probably use your services for that.
Super. Thank you so much, Rishi. It will be an honor to work with you, really.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So if you were to break it down into the services, like you mentioned, ghostwriting and stuff like that. So can you give us a breakup of the services that you offer the client? Like I do this. And do they have to buy the whole package, or can they buy parts of it? And so therefore, like say, mera budget itna hai, so I think I can manage this part, but you take care of the rest because that is not my core strength. Can you just talk to us about how you provide the service?
Yes, surely. So broadly, there are 3 categories when you look at a book. You know, one is book creation, which has many facets, which I'll explain. Second is book publishing. Again, couple of aspects over there. And third is book marketing and promoting it. So within these three, if you look at book creation, so that includes writing, ghost writing, what we do. There is editing, proofreading. There is cover designing it, you know, formatting it and laying it out properly in the prescribed sizes which are needed. So this is the entire book creation process. Yeah. Then comes the book publishing, where it starts from acquiring the copyrights and ISBN. Yeah. Then physically publishing it in the sense of listing it on Amazon, Flipkart in India, Amazon on a global scale. We have a tie-up internationally by which the book is available wherever Amazon is working, Rishi. So whether it is New Zealand, whether it is .co.uk, whether it is .fr, which is France, Australia, New Zealand, wherever Amazon is working, your book will be available and anyone can order it, go into the respective Amazon, and a book will be door delivered, printed to their place. That's the entire thing. Yeah. Then there is sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're saying something.
Quick question. I've heard about, they don't print books any longer. They print it on demand. Is that true?
Correct. Absolutely. It's print on demand, POD. That's
So
true.
they don't have to hit 10,000 copies, 50,000 copies. No, those days are gone now.
Those days are gone because that's the conventional way of publishing a book. That's the traditional way which we say.
Right.
This is self-publishing. So what does a traditional publisher do? If I can take a minute on that,
Yeah, please do that.
he would be the one who would say that, if you are an author, Rishi, you would have to print about, say, 500,000 books minimum, and we will stock it for you.
Right.
Whenever there is someone asking for it, we will dispatch it to them.
Sure.
Now, you are sitting on a pile of stock. God forbid, if it is not sold, the book may get damaged. The reverse logistics costs also come on you. It's quite a complex thing, honestly. I'm talking only about publishing. Forget the part of when you write a manuscript and approach a good publisher, traditional publisher. He would say, Rishi, मैं सोच के बताता हूँ whether your book is publishable or not.
Right.
So he would take his own sweet time,
Yeah.
and you may run out of your patience also.
Oh
So
my.
this is with due respect, but this is the reality.
That was the reality. Now things are changing.
Yeah, there is a school of thought who still feels that नहीं मैं वैसे ही करूँगा, but it's their choice. But it's quite painful, which they inevitably realize that. But yeah, that's one. So publishing is that. Then, as I said, it's an international global tie-up where your book will be available. There are some sites like Barnes and Noble in US who's more stronger in books than Amazon also. So your book is basically available on online platforms across the globe. More than 30, 40 online retailers we have a tie-up with. So that's the publishing part. Then converting it to a Kindle version as an ebook. So it's downloadable on Kindle as well. And then we set the MRP and the royalty options for you. So for every book which is sold online or downloaded on Kindle, you get a percentage back as your book sales, as your royalty. Then comes the third part, which I said about book marketing and promoting. So this is a complex game, as you know. Now, no matter what product you are, if you do not advertise, if you do not market it, if people do not know that Rajneesh has written a book, Rishi has written a book, how would anyone know? So the conventional ways, I would say the organic ways of doing it, whether putting it on WhatsApps, your social media, all that can be done easily. There can be paid advertising, something which I am looking forward to, collaborate with you also. So that can be done. And then there are, online PR we can do. We can hold online launches, offline launches in a good event which can be created in a hotel. There can be book sales. So a lot of attention you can capture by doing all this. So this is how, and we are into all these three spaces completely. So now, if to answer your second part of the question, that I don't want everything, Rajnish, I only want this, doable. Maybe someone says, I've already published, Rajnish, can you help me market it? Doable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have multiple service packages and they can pick and choose what they want because they may feel they don't need some part which they've already done and taking care. They're happy with what they've done so far.
Sure. Yeah.
Nice. Great, great, fabulous, wonderful. Let me see. My next question is, well, I don't know whether this is a repeat of the value proposition, like what's unique value, because one of the questions I wrote down typically is why should somebody choose you? Like, if somebody is considering your services, what would you say is the number one reason they should choose to work with you? One of the things you mentioned earlier in your unique value offering, if it is different and there is something more you want to say, then we can take that question. But if you feel no, Rishi, that is the one, then we can skip it and we can go to the next question. What are your thoughts on that?
I would say, yeah, I've largely covered the why has been answered. Why should someone look at us? But
So,
if I can just add one more thing to it, is I come from this industry, Rishi. I think that is a big difference in that. There are many platforms and competitors, who are actually not all are from this industry. So
hmm,
it's they are looking at it as a tech-driven platform.
right, not a art form.
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
Okay. Okay. So great. Wonderful. Okay. Good. That's fine.
Yeah,
So then we will keep this question also.
sure, sure.
Uh, yes, you did mention that you have a lot of testimonials.
Yeah,
What would be great is if you can share the list of maybe three or five testimonials from different authors of different categories
sure,
in the book genre, whatever that is. And if you can send me that, I'll put it in the description for them to look at the testimonial section.
sure.
But if you want to pick amongst all of them, this is the one I'm most proud of. I don't know whether you're going to get into trouble for saying that. You can skip if you feel like, Rishi, I think I'll avoid that question and move to the next one.
I can what comes to my mind is there's a gentleman called Atul Gore. Probably that was my second or third book which we produced, and he's a very senior guy, Rishi. Maybe in his early 70s or so. So he's a mentor, he's a consultant and a coach to the SME sector. So when I met him at one of my colleagues' office, my colleague had called him and he used to advise them. So Rajnish, come, you should meet Mr. Gore. I said, yeah, I'll be there. In 20 minutes, this man gets up from his seat and shakes hand with me. I thought, is that the end or is that the beginning? Like, but he's like, Rajnish, whatever time you've spent, uh, I know my book will be done now. So thank
uh,
you so much, and let's begin. And his testimonial was, the way he has expressed, if you see his facial expressions, that writing a book is a great aspiration, you know, but actually doing it is something which you will understand what goes through. And I'm personally, thankful to Rajni, she said, because the kind of patience, we had to show towards each other. Obviously, he's a busy guy, and the way he used to talk, uh, by far, Rishi, I feel in many of the sessions which we had with him, I have not seen anyone actually, shedding tears, but that's the way he used to talk.
sure.
And he actually said, Rajneesh, that, you brought out all the emotions out, and probably that is the reason one could capture in the book. So
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to him that he actually said this.
अरे वाह, क्या
So
बात.
that's something which is etched in my memory. Really.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And okay, great. Okay, are you okay to share the name of the book of that person?
Yeah, his name of the book is Till My Last Breath.
Wow,
That's the title of his book. Yeah.
interesting. Great. We'll look it up. And his name was, what did he say?
Mr. Atul Gore.
Atul. Till my
Yeah.
last one. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll check it out. Great. Um, Let me see what's my next question I want to. Yeah, this was an optional question. Again, feel free to say no to this one if you don't have anything to add, and then I'll edit it out of the entire video. Right. This was on building relationships. Okay. How do you build and maintain strong relationships with your clients?
Hmm. Okay. So fundamentally, we are blessed that we are from the marketing and sales background, Rishi. We understand the importance of maintaining relationships. I think that's very crucial. It's not a one-off transaction. I firmly believe that if I can add value to a person, may not be today, maybe tomorrow. I need to stay in touch. That's very important. So I make sure that I create a community around me, and genuinely look for opportunities how I can help them. Besides, they actually giving me business, and there are many examples on this, Rishi. Trust me. So A is building a community on social media, on LinkedIn specifically. I think that adds a lot of value. Three is genuinely, asking, what can I do for you? How can I help you? I think these two questions are very strong, Rishi. Very strong. So I make sure that I follow this very religiously. Once they become my client, then also it is about, staying in touch, adding them to my community, and helping them wherever I can in terms of not just helping them to promote their book, which they have done with us, but in whatever connects they need, in whatever references they need. I think if one does this genuinely, you are doing the game, you're playing the game rightly. I think that's very crucial, very crucial.
Nice.
Very crucial.
Well, that was great. I just want to know what's the best way for people who are watching this video, be on social media and stuff like that. What's
Yeah.
the best way for them to get in touch with you? Do you have like, would you prefer they WhatsApp you, email you, go to your website and book an appointment with you? What's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, I think there are multiple platforms to do that. One is, of course, LinkedIn is good. WhatsApp is another good thing. They can just pick up the phone and talk to me if they feel. If I'm free, I'll definitely respond. If I'm not, probably the WhatsApp would work. That time was trying to reach you, and why don't you call me, Rajneesh? Blah blah blah. Another thing is, you mentioned very rightly, the website is a great incentive because I offer a free preface writing thing which I give. So if you go to my website, bookmystorypublishing.com, a lead magnet kind of a thing just pops up, and you fill in the details, and a PDF version of how to write a good preface of your book is something which you will get automatically. So that's another one, and you can put in whatever remarks you want on that, and then I will, of course, call you later. Then. So multiple ways of doing it.
Great. So please do share all those links.
I
So
will.
put it in the description of this video, right?
Sure.
And, great. This was just a thing that I put in there again. I'm not sure if there are or not, but in terms of any upcoming projects or opportunities where people can engage with your work, do you have anything in mind that they can reach out to you with?
On current projects which are going on.
For people to engage with you? Is there any?
Oh,
If it's not there, of course, it's not there. We can just edit this question out of the podcast altogether.
sure. No, there are multiple ways. One is probably good writers can always connect with me because when there's a lot of work, it's
Yeah,
not practical for me to write 10 books at the same time.
right.
So always a good help. A good editor is always needed somewhere or the other. Um, I would say a good designer is also sometimes needed because when our hands are full, we have to look at our panel of designers also. I think there are many ways. Yeah, absolutely. Marketing front. Because I firmly believe, Rishi, the world is full of collaboration now.
Right,
There is no competition. Trust me. It's
right.
all about collaboration.
I'm totally in sync with that statement.
Yeah.
Total.
It's a matter of how our attitude is. Me, myself cannot be, the buck cannot just stop at me. It has to
Yeah.
be everywhere, and that's the beauty of it.
In fact, I'll probably just add, I'll plug a little of my own thoughts on this collaboration concept, which is, you know, uh, because we are in the space of digital marketing, we rank pretty high up on the certain keywords for digital marketing. And I get quite a considerable number of calls, like maybe over 100, 150 calls every month But a large chunk of them, I would say, I would box it into 80-20, where 80% are people that either want to sell me something, uh, they're just spammers trying to spam something to me. Some of them are looking for job opportunities. They
Yeah,
want to work in my company and things like that, looking for freelance opportunities and stuff like that. And then some want to collaborate and all of that stuff. And earlier, I used to just get like, oh God, cut the phone. No, I don't have anything. Bye, bye, bye. And all of that. Because 20% is actual business, which is what I want to focus on.
true, true. Yeah,
I said, wait a second, I want to build a company which who can be committed as freelancers. And I'm trying this. It's like a lot of people have been telling me, Rishi, it's tough. You have to start a company where you'll have to employ people because if you don't, you know, nothing will happen. But I'm actually now also looking at, and I have connected with people who earlier I should just delete that inquiry. Now I'm like, no, wait a second. Let's give him an opportunity. First, I tell him, go through this first, see if you think there is a connect. And if yes, then let's talk. And
yeah,
then I schedule a call with them. I don't just discard them because then I'm expanding the potential of service offering for my clients. And maybe it may be not a direct, it'll be one off maybe, or sometimes it'll be like repetitive. Like, for example, if we are developing a website, I would love to have a panel of WordPress developers available at any given point of just like you need
true,
writers and
true,
you
true,
need
true.
all this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, but I think you're absolutely right. I have begun to acknowledge this about since last year, maybe
Mm.
half years back. I started. I actually added one section on my website to build a funnel of potential people to partner with, to collaborate.
Super, super. Mm.
So I really agree with that one. But yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for that share. Okay. Any? I think I've covered most of my questions. But any final message that you would like to give the viewers of who are watching this, uh, and then just anything that comes to your mind.
Well, I would say that reading is something which people should not stop. That's my biggest message, which I feel, because there's a lot of information outside, but people are lacking in knowledge. I think that's a big difference. People feel that I'm well informed. Of course, we all are well informed because there are multiple channels bombarding us from all sides. Of WhatsApp Gyan, Facebook Gyan. Nothing wrong in that, Rishi. But I would say, आपको कितना लेना है? What is it that you want to filter out and use it as a knowledge? I think that's needed. And one of the ways to do it is reading a good book. It's tough. People who are not reading today, Rishi, tell them, I have many friends, I have many colleagues, kaun padega, those kinds. But it's a habit, as James Clear says, in Atomic Habits. It's a 21-day process. Do something religiously every day, and the magic of compounding will take over. You will not realize that, oh my God, and you will not sleep without reading a book that day. You will say, Arey, nahi, something is missing during the day. So I would really urge people to keep reading, and as much as possible, a physical printed book, not another screen in front of you at the end of the day. So with due respect to the Kindles and the playbooks of the world, but because it's a great tool, it's a great tech tool. You carry a tab, you carry 5,000 titles with you everywhere, no questions. But carrying a book in your hand, reflects a character, what kind of a person you are, the smell of paper, the flipping of pages, the marking which you do on every page. You take a pause, you think over it. I think this is something which is needed. That's, if you ask me, that's your me time. And I would really urge everyone not to quit reading entirely. I think that's my message to everyone.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for taking out the time to share your experiences, your life journey with us. I'm hoping very much that people who watch this will probably, who are on the path like me, like at some point I need to connect with Rajni. I think they will also definitely save your number for sure. So I'll put all of those details down at the description. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishi. I have no words to thank you, brother. I think thank you for inviting me. I have really enjoyed expressing myself so much, and the kind of questions you ask, they're very engaging. Thank you so much, Rishi. Thanks a lot.
Most welcome. All right.
Bye-bye.